Hello. Right. So, been thinking about fitting some spacers to the car for sort of like on and off for a while, really. It's not usually the kind of thing I do. I'm not right into those sort of modifications. I think these are 10mm spacers, and I think 10mm is probably the limit, to be honest, personally. I don't know, maybe it's just being older, but I think 20mm just I think 20mm is just overkill. I think it's too much. It just doesn't look right. But I've seen a few pictures of my car with these 10mm on, and I think it looks a bit, I think it just makes the wheels look, more complements the wheel arch. So yeah, I just thought I'd buy some spacers and didn't want to cheap out on crap. Last thing you want is cheap spacers, so I bought a set of these H&R spacers. They seem like good quality. The aluminium seems alright. I did originally buy a set of IBAC spacers, but I got an email after purchase saying there was out of stock, so they recommended these as a replacement. So it was about, I think the IBACs were like, I think they're about 200, nearly not far off 300 quid, I think. These were about 50 odd quid cheaper, so saved a bit of money on them. I never specified the colour, which looking back I wish I'd gone for black, but saying that, I'm gonna spray them anyway, because these comes with, blooming hell, get my words out. These come with longer studs, and just got some masking tape on them. I'm going to spray the end here, these sections at the end where, that go through the back of the flange. I think that's a technical word for it, flange. The bit where the wheel sits on the bearing, not the hub. Because these will rust. Give it 6 months to a year, they'll start corroding, look awful. So I'm just going to spray them up, put a protective coat of paint on them. And then I've done, I've done it on my other hubs, sprayed all the back of the hub. Even though the old classic is, you don't see it, yeah, but it's not the point, is it? It's no worse than rust. It just looks like crap. And it's like, you wash your car and you focus all that attention to your bodywork and making it looking nice and shiny. You stick your head through the wheel arch, you look through the wheels and you've just got corroded bloody shock absorbers, springs and running gear, drop links, track rod ends, inner tie rods, bloody, wishbones, hubs, just all rusty. It's like, I don't see the point. It's generally something that people don't really focus on, but anyway, each to their own and all that. So I can't remember if these they look good quality. They should be fit price as well. I think about 240 quid's worth, I think they were. I think the 12, I can't remember if these are 12mm, doesn't say on it actually. No, doesn't say. I'll have to look again on the thing. I can't see it on the box either. They're either 10mm or 12, and I think for me anyway, this, like I say, I think this is like the limit of what you want to go. I think 20mm just looks. I think it just looks a bit. It's not my taste anyway. I mean, it's all right if you want to put big brakes on the car. 20mm is usually an adequate size. I've seen a lot of brakes for my car, uprated brake systems that require 20mm spacers, but yeah, I don't want to go that wide. My car does have 6-pot calipers on the front, but they actually are designed to fit around the standard alloys. I like the standard alloys on the car. So Mountain did a set of 6-pot calipers, K-series by Nashim, a few years ago, and you don't need spacers, they're just the fit behind it. But yeah, I've ummed and ahed about doing this modification for quite a few years. I've never sort of really, you know, I did change all the bearings on the car a while ago. Did every bearing on the wheel, you know, all 4 bearings for the wheels, and I put new flanges on as well. So I don't want to. So these shouldn't be as hard to get out. You know, knock the studs out. I know I've watched videos of people taking studs out. They just get like a lump hammer and knock them back. It's a bit of a tricky one really, because I don't want to upset the bearing. Do you know what I mean? The seating of the bearing, or I know the, you know, the way the bearing's designed and the flange together. It's designed so it can't be pushed too far in, or you know. Anyway, so these are gonna. What I'm doing is I'm not gonna spray this section, because obviously I don't want to get an uneven balance with paint, you know, different layers and heights of paint. So I'm going to focus on just doing the lip, because I just know in a year's time or so this is just going to be corroded. I mean, I know it's aluminium, so it doesn't corrode like, you know, like steel, but it will just start looking awful. I just know. So in my experience, I've always sprayed new parts. I always spray them up, and they seem to withstand years and years of just no corrosion. Plus I want these black as well. I want it, you know, so the back of the wheels on mine are black, the satin finish, so I want to do these in a satin black. They have actually been coated in they have got a very fine coating on them already, but again, it's like when you buy you know, suspension components or whatever for your car, you know, your replaceable wear and tear items. They're not painted properly. They're just literally, I don't know what they use in the factory where they make them, but they just don't have a good thick coat of paint on them, and that's why usually why the rust as fast as they do. Usually the grade of metal as well, the steel they use isn't very good, but you can just see there, I think, if you can see it, where it's, I've not quite finished the coat in there. Yeah, that's what I mean. So what I'm gonna do is, what I've got my little. These are the studs that have come with it. I've just quickly done that one. Just put some etch primer on it, and then I've made a little makeshift. What's it called? Just to spray. I can't spray outside at the minute. Just look at the weather. It's awful. It's absolutely awful out there. I've got George set up as my extractor. Yeah, he's gonna get a bit of paint in him, but you know, it's not gonna hurt him. Yeah, it's like this. They have been coated, but it won't do anything. It just won't. There's just no long-term protection on them at all. It just won't work. And we don't want rust, do we? We don't want rust. Well, I'm just going to give a bit of a demonstration. Slightly rusty. So I'm just going to do all these. edgy boy. And what I'm going to do as well is, once that's dried, I'm going to put a bit of silver on them. Probably a bit of lacquer as well, just to extra protection. Well, I'll do all of them. I won't obviously video all of that because I'll bore you to tears. This will be a bit easier. It's taking a bit long doing it like that. Rain subsided a bit. Just got a box, I'm just going to stick them in here. I did manage to do 4. It's a bit wide, that one. Oh dear. Now give that a go. I get sprayed. I got the spray. Yeah. Eat. So I'm gonna do. I don't want to spray this surface or that surface, the back, or even this bit here, because it will foul the. This will foul the rim. And this will, you don't want an uneven surface, or, you know, especially with a spacer, because it's technically like double layer in it, because your brake disc is acting like like its own little spacer, and then you've got another, you know, then you've got an actual spacer. So if these are not all flush, that's how you're going to get a bit of well, could make your wheels wobble, just, you know, alignment be out, and nothing sort of true, if you know what I mean. So it's got some of this fine tape, and there is a bit of a bevel on this edge, so I need to get it just right up to the edge really without it but not going over the edge. Just going to give it a bit of a key. Some Scotch Brite. Be enough. I'll use this stuff first. I do. This is actually a similar technique to what I do when I do my brake discs. So again, even though brake discs now do come painted, it's not a sufficient coating of paint. It's it will just start rusting in a matter of, you know, months. It's actually just it's not an aesthetical thing. Like all the brake discs used to be, they used to put grease on them. I think you can still buy brake discs with grease on them, or rotors as they're called in the States. But these are no, these are what they call it. Yeah, the old ones used to be like greased, so they didn't, you know, so they won't rust on the shelf, you know, in storage. But then they started painting them. But even again, the layer of paint on them is just not sufficient for it to stop corrosion. Yeah, it's still. They just, I don't know why they do it like that. Costing it, I suppose. It's just going to be a cost thing. Just need to get this in the light so I can see it. But basically, this is a lot of pissing about, if I'm honest. But it's just the way the world is now, isn't it? Everything is it will do. You know, for the price of these spacers, you know, I'd expect certainly a better layer of paint on them. Just gonna I nearly got all the way around then. Yeah, it's doing it so it's the old classic, I've lost the end. Okay now. I think if there's a bit of you know, a little bit of paint's not gonna. That'll just compress with the pressure of the. That'll just compress. But if you start layering paint up on here, yeah, you'll get run out. You'll probably get a bit of run out. So that's what I want to avoid. Oops. A bit tricky when it gets to end, I have to say. Yeah. And then what you just want to do is probably some of this low tack stuff. Depends how if it doesn't, because this is more like a decorator's tape, this, you know, so you don't damage your walls. If it doesn't adhere too well, I'm just gonna use the blue tape, which is stronger. God, when I do my brake disc, this takes forever. Takes forever, it does. Quite a waste of tape and all, isn't it? Quite a waste of tape. That's one side done. Just need to do the other side. Times 4. Oh. The back bit nearly done. Yeah, you gotta be patient. You gotta have a bit of patience. A little bit of patience. Ooh. That's super clean there, ripping off the tape there. Yeah, I had the power washer. I had the power washer running yesterday. I did my patio outside. Yeah, all's good. No leaks. Double checking all the leaks and stuff. All good. All good. Yeah, that's one spacer prepped for prepped for painting now. 3 more. A number 2. A number 2. Patience of a Saint. Number 3. No, last one, this one. I'm back, so I'm just pulling off about 40 centimeters of tape. Let's go. Keeping it as close to the edge as possible, but not too close. But then not close, not. I don't even know what gap this even is. You obviously don't want it to the point where the paint won't adhere. Then you'll just get a severed lip. Severed lip. You won't get a, you know, the paint sticking, let's say. Oh, she's split. I've ripped it. Didn't want to do that, but okay. Sure, I had a better technique when I used to do the brake discs. Came up with a better technique, quicker technique, should I say. That's not good, it's all sticky. It's funny because now I'm videoing it. Those last 2 were whipping round. Whipping it, Mummy. And then coming round again. Ribbidi shimbo badoo. Just gonna pause it because I don't want to run out of video. Number 4. Right, I'm gonna go into part 2 in a minute. So we've got all 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure the edges are all down. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Just need a bit of primer on them. Right there, priming. It's got a breaker bar hanging them. Yep, primer's on. Right, I'm going to go into part 2 now. I'm going to go into part 2. Oh, goodness. I've gone with Amorite for this one. Found some Amorite. Used to swear by this stuff years ago. I stopped using the paint. I used to buy it in tins of paint, in the tin, you know, in the tin, the tins, the paint bloody. No, I get my word. Jesus Christ. Yeah, anyway, I used to buy the tins. That's all my spray cans in here, look. Yeah. Tip rafters with spray. Yeah, so I used to buy it in paint form. But you get a better finish with the can. So yeah, they're sprayed up. The only thing with Amorite is if you use lacquer, it can react. If you don't use, I can't remember if it's cellulose or acrylic. One of them, it reacts with it. It has a nasty reaction. But with the what they call it, with the etch primer, it doesn't react with etch primer. But I'm not using Amorite. I'm just going to use satin black. Get some satin. I was thinking about 2K, but I think that's, I haven't. The problem with got some clear coat 2K. The problem with that is though, if you use 2K, you need to either have a load of things to spray, because it goes off after a couple of days. Once you've used the can, once the can's been activated, because 2K has an activation in it, a hardener in it, it goes off within a couple of days, and it's just a waste. And you pay quite a lot of money for the 2K cans, about 25-30 quid. But you do get a better finish with 2K. Plus, it dries. It cures a lot harder. It's a bit more stone chip resistant than your conventional aerosol cans. Great lighting. Oof. Yeah, get a mask on. Oh, I used to do it for years without a mask. And I bought a good mask. First coat on. It's gone on alright, that. Yeah, like I said in the other video, I'm just in the process of moving out. I've just bought an house, so everything's getting boxed up. Oh, look at it all my car gear, it's all boxed up. It's all in here as well. Everything's all boxed up. Yeah, like I say, cupboard's emptied, ready. Kit oven, let me check over. Look at that, that's what you want to do when you leave a rented property. Beautiful, mate, beautiful. Look at that hob, all that polished it. Who polishes it? Nobody. Cleaned everything. Tell you, best tenant, dream tenant I am. Yeah, touched up the walls. There was a bit of grease on here. Yeah, just going around the old house, give it a little tickle. It was immaculate anyway. Yes. A dirty house is a dirty... No, I was going to say a dirty mind. No. A cluttered house is a cluttered mind, or whatever that is. Yeah. So, I'm thinking of putting some... I've got some... I do have matte lacquer, because I do... Well, that is... I mean, it doesn't really matter, really, because I've put a satin finish on these, but you know, if I use normal clear lacquer, and that'll just make it glossy regardless of it being satin underneath. I do have matte lacquer. Matte lacquer is quite hard to get right, especially in an aerosol, because it's you get like the striping, if you know what I mean. It's hard to get a consistent, even surface. But you can put a bit of funny enough, I tell you what works quite well is that vinyl rubber that I use for the hoses. It kind of evens the surface out a little bit, makes it a bit more uniform. But no, see how it goes. I don't think debris is going to be an issue where they are on the car. But I'm using that high coat, the high coat spray, because I've got plenty of it, and if I do need to do touches up in the future, it'll be quite easy just to touch up with. Because over the years I've used that many different brands of paint, and you just lose track, you know. And again, you can get reacting if it's not the right stuff. What else to do? Yeah, I'll do a video. Part 3 will probably might be in a while, due to it being the weather, and you know, it's bad weather this time of year. So I don't want to. Well, it's difficult to set up. This property I'm at the minute doesn't have a garage. It's one of the main reasons I'm moving, really. I'll have my own garage at this new house, and I plan to turn it into a little workshop. Plus, you know, I've got space to do work on my car. You know, in a garage basically. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Oh, bloody hell. Alright, let's put a second coat on. Might not put any more on for the paint for the black. Being lacquer will go on after. Or will I lacquer? Oh, I don't know. You wanna? I'll probably give it. Yeah, like I say, I think this paint. I think it fully cures after a couple of weeks. Like most paints, really. It goes a bit harder. It's actually quite durable, actually. That high coat. Once it's cured. This hours to cure, hours and hours, and well, not, you know, touch dry. Let's say. I'm not talking about pure, proper curing. That's not too bad, actually. Yeah, Amorites can take hours and hours and hours. I usually leave it all night. Come back to it in the morning. Yeah, but no, these are looking pretty good. Got underneath as well. Just give that these an extra tickle. Make sure I got all the bottom bits. Yeah, they'll be fine. Lovely. So, oh, puss. Sprek. Right, trick is when I usually find when I take the tape off, I try and pull it in the direction away from where you painted, because sometimes it can peel the paint off. It's not fully cured yet, obviously. The paint is not fully cured. And then if you leave a little strand on there, it just makes it easier to pull it. So I'm pulling it away, you know, like pulling it back so it's not peeling the actual paint, so it's not tearing the paint, because if I pull it the other way it could tear the paint. Lovely. So I did put a bit of lacquer on in the end. I managed to find some matte lacquer, so... Ooh, is that paint or is it? I'll have to get some... I think that's paint. I might have to get some... yeah, it just needs some thinners on it, that'll do. Black has come out quite nice as well. I put the can in a cup of warm water. Makes it softens the lacquer a little bit. And some people say it can make it last longer, the spray. I don't know really. No, it's bollocks. My little pulley things just come off. Right, hang on. Oh yeah, got a bit of, yeah, not too bad. Say a bit of thinners. Yeah, sticky, very sticky. Yeah, sticky. My pulley bit is broken off, so I'm gonna have to try and do with my nail now. Don't wanna. There we go. Pulling a bit hard. It's come out really nice. Looks like Christmas. So. The Amorite on the lug nuts, yeah, like I said in the other video, the Amorite's it's got a much longer drying time than normal conventional aerosol, and yeah, usually if I use Amorite, I just let it cure overnight. It's usually fine by the morning. Got a bit of bleed there. There's a bit of bleed. Can you see that black? I would say get some thinners on that. It'll come straight off. So pull away. Pull away. Yeah, that's why I like using this masking tape. It's just really light adhesive, so it doesn't make a mess. It's quite satisfying doing that. It's quite satisfying. Oh, must have been where it was shorter.